Hi everybody, my name is Nick, and today we are going to be setting up a simple pop can or beer can Kratky hydroponics setup. Now mine's going to look a little bit different than this because what I originally tried to do is I took a pair of box cutters and I kind of haphazardly cut out the inside of the can here. That's not very safe. It leaves a lot of sharp edges that can cut into your growth medium, and it's just not a very good idea. It looks a little neater on the outside there, but it's really not necessary to look neat when you've got those sharp edges that you have to deal with. What you can do is take a regular pair of can openers, just go around and cut open your can. It leaves a nice clean rim there. No sharp edges, nothing to cut yourself or your growth medium or your plants on, so it's really safe. Next, you're going to need a piece of cardboard. What you're going to want to do is get your K-cup, trace around the outer wider lip, the top of your K-cup, trace around that, and then I've already pre-cut this just to save us some time. I cut in about maybe 2, 3, 4 millimeters most from the line that I drew. Pop that out, and as you can see, the K-cup fits in there perfectly. So that's the first step. Get your cardboard and get your pop can prepped. Then you're going to want to peel your aluminum foil off the top of your K-cup here. And they don't have to be K-cups per se. They can be any type of single serve coffee brand. So next step, after you get your coffee grounds pulled out of there and cleaned out, you're going to want to pull the little netting out just a little bit. Don't detach it, just pull it out. And the reason you do that is because you're going to be cutting around the plastic here. You don't want to accidentally cut into your coffee filter there and compromise it, because that's what's actually going to be holding your growth medium that your seeds are going to be starting in. So once you have that pulled out, you're going to cut around there. This is what it looks like pulled out. This is what it's going to look like, give or take, whenever you cut around the outer lip. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. Again, this isn't perfect. It's far from it. So, as you can see, that will fit down into the cardboard just perfectly. It's nice and snug in there. There's no give to it. And then you're going to set that right down into your pop can, which you'll have filled with your water and your fertilizer. And then your roots are going to be growing down through your coffee filter here and into your fertilizing solution. I bought a jug that was about this size here, and this is good for about 100 gallons of solution. There's no correct brand per se. You just want to check your nutrient analysis and make sure you got nitrogen, your phosphate, your potash, iron, manganese, zinc. The only thing it's missing that I haven't been able to identify on here is your calcium, which you can get that using eggshells if you have a compost pile. It takes a couple years for the eggshells to break down, but don't worry about that. I've heard you can also use antacid tablets. They have some type of calcium in there that supposedly plants are able to absorb. I haven't really read up on the science behind that, but I've heard it works. Some people say that they don't have science to back it, but again, some people have said it works. There's also calcium supplements if you get desperate and you feel like going out and buying some of that. But anyways, so what I have here are six of those little starter pods that I've put some basil seeds in. And we're going to let these sit in the dark and germinate, and here in a couple of days we'll see some little seedlings coming out of there. And I will upload another video as I introduce those into the Kratky system that we have here. This right here is actually a pepper plant. Again, if you're using a pop can, you're not going to be able to grow watermelon or cucumbers or tomatoes. Very likely you could grow tomatoes, even peppers. This is just something I'm starting off with here. This is my first time doing hydroponics, so we'll see how it goes. And I'll see you guys here in about a week, a couple days.